Now, as we are talking about the schedule model principles and concepts, we need to walk you through the key concepts of having a schedule tool. So a scheduling tool is typically a software application that contains algorithms, components, features, and rules to input and manipulate activities, dependencies, resources, and their assignments to create the project schedule model instances and schedule presentations. So these days, with the high level of complexity in projects and the massive size, you cannot develop the project schedule manually. You cannot have the schedule model without using a professional and a well-structured scheduling tool. Simply, it's a software application that contains the algorithms we need, the components of the key schedule model, the features like adding the leads and adding the lags, adding the resources and adding their assignments, identifying the dependencies between the activities. All these are key features that should exist in the scheduling tool. The scheduling tool is the platform upon which the schedule model is assembled. This platform provides the means to adjust various schedule parameters and components within the model and analyze trends and performance. For example, the scheduling tool for a CPM approach includes the capability to accomplish the following. So, if you want to use the critical path method in your project and you are using a traditional environment or a waterfall method, the scheduling tool will enable you to do the following. You will be able to select the different types of logical relationships between the project activities. You will be able to add the lags and leads between activities and add supplementary information to activities that aids in analysis. You will be able to apply resources to the activities and use resource information along with resource availability to adjust the project schedule. Also, you will be able to assign priorities to activities that use the same resources over the same period of time. You will be able to add constraints to the project activities where alone is not adequate to meet the project requirements. You will be able to capture a specific schedule model instance as a baseline. So you can develop a schedule baseline once you are done with defining and sequencing the project activities using the scheduling software or the scheduling tool. You will be able to record the actual progress of the scheduled activities in your project. You will be able to perform various what-if analysis scenarios within the schedule model to obtain different project end dates. You will be able to analyze the impact that potential schedule model changes would have on the project objectives. So even the scheduling tool will support you in determining the impact of any change request in the project on the sequence of your project activities and the project completion date. Also, you will be able to compare the schedule model instance against the approved baseline instance to identify and quantify any variances in the project. These are some of the features that having the proper scheduling tool in your project will allow you to do on your project schedule. The introduction of project-specific data, like what are the work packages of the work breakdown structure, what are the project activities, what are the durations, resources, relationships, dependencies, and constraints into the scheduling tool creates a schedule model for the given project that is independent of the approach and its requirements. So after determining what scheduling approach will be used in the project and what scheduling software or tool you will use, you need to use the inputs, the project-specific data. What are the work packages? What are the activities? What's the duration of each activity? How many resources will be assigned for each activity into the scheduling tool? And this will support you in creating the schedule model of the project. The schedule model is a management tool containing information related to the project execution plan. The schedule model simulates distinct scenarios and situations that predict milestones and completion dates according to the project's actual and future data input by the project team. So having the schedule model is a critical management tool that contains information about all the project activities and the whole execution plan of the project. It's an important tool that will be used for communication and managing stakeholders' expectations. The schedule model is guided by a schedule management plan that will identify the scheduling approach, the scheduling tool, how the activities, plan dates, durations, resources, dependencies, and constraints will be addressed. These information will be part of the schedule management plan that will support you as a scheduler in developing the schedule model, and the schedule model will be a great tool to facilitate communication and engagement with the stakeholders of the project. Schedule model creation incorporates sequences, durations, resource requirements, and schedule constraints for project execution in addition to monitoring and controlling. As a result, it generates a schedule model with planned dates for completing all the project activities. Schedule model analysis compares changes in the schedule model to the baseline based on updates of progress, cost, and scope with the project team's expectations of the impact of these changes. So once we have the schedule model as an output of the planning phase in the project, we will do some schedule model analysis activities to compare any changes in the project and to monitor the project execution and the project plan. The changes in scope through formal changes or evolution need to be included concurrently in the work breakdown structure and definitely in the schedule model. The project team uses the schedule model to predict project finish dates in the form of schedule model instances. As explained earlier, once we have the schedule model, we can develop the baseline early in the planning phase in the project, and whenever a stakeholder or a senior in your organization requests from you as a project manager or from you as a scheduler an update about the project schedule model, you just need to take a schedule model instance that will be presented in a schedule presentation to the executives and decision makers. The schedule model provides time-based forecasts and responds dynamically to inputs and adjustments made throughout the project's life cycle.